Hello, welcome to Yin with Aromathearpy. It's a pleasure to be here. Annalise is my name, and thank you for joining me. I'm really happy to hear there's some Yin yoga parties happening tonight, so sending love out to you, beautiful people, and hope you're all doing well. So let's begin. Uh, this is sort of a modified version of our in-class sort of structure. We've got one essential oil that we're working with today. I've got orange essential oil. Some of you might not have orange essential oil at home, so just grab something that just sort of helps you feel joyful. Find something that might make you feel joyful. You might have patchouli or ylang ylang, bergamot, neroli. There's a bunch of different oils that will be helpful for our focus today. And so grab your oil. Let's put some on the hands. And first things first, rub the hands together. The warmth of your hands can just sort of activate the oils. And then close down your eyes. And take your hands and cup them over your nose and take a few really nice deep breaths. Breathing in. And you can even sigh out. Or you can just allow those breaths to sort of go wherever they naturally go, wherever they come to you. I'm using doTERRA essential oils just because they're safe and effective and therapeutic. And tonight we're working through sacral chakra energy, the energy center of sensuality, sexuality, pleasure, desire, inspiration, all those beautiful things, joy. And really the orange oil to me is an oil of joy. And it helps bring a lightheartedness when when life is quite serious. And so it's a real go-to in those moments. Physically, it's really cleansing and purifying for the body. With the doTERRA oils, some of them you can drink, and when you drink the orange oil, you can actually, it's cleansing for the body. It's helpful for coughing and colds. So if you've got any of those symptoms at the moment, orange oil could really support you. It's great for increasing libido and just relieving stress, anxiety, fear, and so it's all beautiful, and for me, just brings a sense of joy, which is what I really want to do here tonight with you. And so you might want to take a little Svadhisthana, sacral chakra hand gesture, putting the right hand in the palm of the left hand and just touching the thumbs together and just letting them rest comfortably on your legs or wherever feels good. And just let your eyes close down. Allow your breaths to settle you more inwardly into the body, arriving on your mat, in your seat, smelling the sweet oil that you've just experienced. And just allow every exhalation to just bring more softness into the body, the mind, maybe the heart also. Allow your breath to steady into a nice, easy, steady rhythm, natural and comfortable. Soften out all through the face, the neck, the shoulders, the hips, the whole body. And let the exhalations dissolve away stress, dissolve fear, Let go of guilt and any other sort of negative emotions that might come into patterns in your life, and we can just take this really nice moment of stillness and awareness just to be here. Releasing the old, feeling refreshed and creative. What's coming next? How are we going to fill the space? So as you breathe, let the breath move deeper into the body, into the lower abdomen. This is the space of your energy center, Svadhisthana. Below the belly button. And just imagine an orange glow there. Maybe imagine a jewel or a light radiating with a beautiful orange glow in the pelvic area. And every time you breathe in, that light gets a little bit brighter. A little bit more radiant. Glowing brighter and brighter and more expansive in all directions. And I'll just offer some affirmations that you're welcome to just see how they resonate in your body. As you breathe into the space below your belly button, where that beautiful orange glow is radiating warmly. I enjoy being in my body. I allow pleasure, sweetness, and sensuality into my life. I am in connection with life force energy and creative flow. Feel that glowing light get brighter and brighter. I live life with passion. I love myself exactly as I am right now. And just come to notice your soft, natural breath. In and out through the nose. Beautiful. And here, we're going to make our way down to the floor. Now, what I didn't mention earlier is to massage the body with the orange oil. Just give yourself just a little squeeze. Apply that oil onto the body, anywhere that calls intuitively. The heart, anywhere along the spine. You can even put some just below your belly button. Just give your belly a little rub, like a Buddha belly rub. And feel the joy of that smiling Buddha. And we'll now transition down into a lying butterfly pose. And I have 2 blocks here to support my knees. And I'm going to place them on either side of the mat. And just move these other things away. So I'm just going to come right down onto my back so I can get nice and grounded. And then bring the feet together and allow the knees to just open down towards the floor. The hips open up here. This is when the blocks come in handy, or if you've got cushions from the couch, you can just put them on any level that feels good for you. And maybe you want to just let them go. It depends how open your hips are today. All right. And you might even like to just hug the shoulders in ever so slightly toward the spine and let the heart open softly. Now, actually, I'm going to use a blanket too. So if you've got a blanket in arm's reach, grab it, and it's just like a nice, it's like a warm hug over your lower body chakras. When you just feel the warmth of the blanket, just supporting your root chakra, which we explored last week, in your sacral, and you can move up as much as is comfortable. And here we are going to get as comfortable as we possibly can. So let's just shift the body, make any adjustments. You can have your arms out by your sides, palms facing up, or you could take that yoni mudra position, what we did when we were seated, and just rest that on that lower abdominal area. And then we'll just come to surrender to the natural flow of the breath. Feel your body connected, your head, shoulders, hips, any part of your body that's grounded. Just let that feeling of being held and supported just to really sort of allow you to tap into the more fluid energies that are the sacral chakra energies. When we're working with the root chakra and our connection to the earth, this is really our foundation. And so as we're laying on the earth, just really feel that support so that you can sort of move into that more creative expression that is the sacral chakra. Fluid. And when we're working with the sacral chakra, we're allowing, we're sort of tapping in to the body through the hips. This is the associated area. Also, any of the sort of liquid processes of the body. Hence that sort of connection again to fluidity of water, which is the element associated with the sacral chakra. And we hold a lot of emotions in our hips. And so over time in this pose, you might find that, you really reach to those deeper connective tissues, and maybe for the last 5 breaths, if you want to adjust your blocks or your body, just to really receive whatever the final expression of your lying butterfly pose. And just really anchor into those last 5 breaths. Slow and steady. Calm and relaxed. Now, please support your legs with your hands and gently guide the knees back together. And just take the knees in the hands and just begin to make circles with the knees in one direction and then in the other. I'm going to come into a twist. And so let's stretch the left leg away from you. You have a block perhaps on your left side of your body. So just gently guide your leg land on the block. Now the right arm might naturally want to just come overhead, reaching away from you. or whatever feels comfortable, that's fine. And to really just find a full twist all along the spine, you can invite the gaze over to the right. And just settle in. We want to have nice grounded shoulders here. So if you're finding that right shoulder is lifted up, you could grab your blanket and pop it underneath. Use the props, your practice to feel good in your body. And then just allow the mind to follow the breath. Stay present with your inhale. Notice the pause at the top of the inhale. Follow the exhale down to that pause at the bottom. And stay present with every part of the breathing cycle. And checking in if the mind starts to wander. It's a beautiful practice just to return the awareness to the breath. When you're in your yoga practice and when you're dealing with life off the mat as well, living it, come back to the breath. And just enjoy 5 more really mindful breaths. And we'll just start to slowly come back to center. And knees, windshield wiping with the legs from side to side. And let's now stretch the right leg away from your body and just take that leg, cross it over the right side. You can use your block underneath your bent knee. Just get nice and grounded through your shoulders. Choose your arm position and let your gaze fall left if your neck feels good to do that. And then just allow the breath to soften into the pose. And check in if there are any tight places that you could perhaps release your grip and invite softness into that space. Maybe allow the brow to loosen up if it's tense. Bring a little lightness to the edges of your mouth if called to. And just savor the breath that's breathing you. We'll take another 5 slow deep breaths here. In and out through the nose. And again, we'll return just gently coming back to neutral. You can have your feet wide on the mat once more. Windshield wiping the knees from left to right. Just a counter pose. This is a really nice pose for your hips. You're feeling a bit crunchy, even if it's crunchy in your emotion. Something like this is just something you can do for yourself that might just get some energy. Roll onto the right, actually from here. Yeah, we'll roll onto the right side. Bring the knees up close towards your chest and just take a moment in the fetal position, sort of coming back to the comfort of the womb, this space also that we're talking about today, this energetic space is womb space, that space of creativity. And so go back into the comfort and security of the womb. And just take a moment here. And then we'll use the left hand pressing down and just come up to sit. Moving slowly. Let's take the right leg away when you arrive and bend the left knee, bringing the foot inside the right thigh. I'm going to grab my bolster. If you've got a cushion instead, you can use that. And so you can take the leg out as wide as is comfortable and adjust that bent leg as you need, depending on how your knee feels, how your hamstring feels. If you've got a sore bent knee, you could support it with the cushion. If your hamstring and the straight leg's a bit tight, you could just let that cushion go underneath there. I'm going to use it in front of me here. And so let's just take a moment to just get grounded through the sitting bones. You can even sort of lean back, open up the sternum, and then just get really connected with the thighs pressing down and the knees, or the right knee, directed up, same as the toes. And just start to fold over. So we've got a bolster or a cushion you can support your body on. You could also, depending on how your hips are, make it to the floor. You could let your head rest on the back of your hands. Whatever you choose, let's just find softness here. Sort of enjoy the blanket of darkness as your eyes are closed. And face can stay soft as you melt down into your fold. If there's discomfort in the back, in the pelvis, you might want to throw a block underneath your bottom. And then come back and settle in. Close down the eyes. Return to that breath that is always there for you. Again, check in if you're as soft as you can be. Stay aware of your breath. And we'll take another minute here. Sinking deeper as your body invites you to. Maybe the exhalation just really supports that action of surrender, letting go. And you can slowly support your body back up to sit. And just gently release that bent leg. Switch sides. Adjust your props as needed. And get really connected through the sitting bones. Take a deep breath in and then use your exhale to release into your fold. And this pose just is really nice for creating space in your back, in your hips. Bringing softness into your body, into your breath, into your heart, as you just take another minute to really surrender here. And listen to the body and honor the body. And as you're ready, please gently come on up, support your body. And just stretch out your legs. You might even put your hands behind you and just again windshield wiper the knees left and right. We're going to come on to hands and knees. And from here, we're going to take a sleeping swan pose. So we'll take the right knee up toward the wrist and just swing the left foot over and just start to walk the left leg back behind you. You want to find a fairly balanced position. So you might like to use a block underneath your right hip if you're finding that you're kind of just sitting down on the hip. This is nice for opening up your left quad, your hip flexor. And from this position, just gently start to melt the heart and the belly down. Let the back of the forehead rest on the back of the hands. And just take some deep breaths here in your sleeping swan. Now this can be another crunchy pose. So if this doesn't work in your body, an alternative is just to turn onto your back. Take your right ankle of your left thigh and draw the left leg into your hands. So this is an alternative. If it's uncomfortable in your sleeping swan position, you get lots of great benefits here. So wonderful how we can adapt yoga perfectly to our bodies, every single one of us. What a pleasure. quality of surrender here. Softness. And not just of the body, but of the breath. And of the mind. This is a nice way to get a nice little belly sort of massage as well. Just by breathing. And let's really enjoy the next 5 breaths, sinking into your fold, into the most beautiful place that feels so comfortable. And gently, we're going to come on up again. Just walking in, and we're just going to unravel with some movement. Sometimes I'll come down onto my left forearm and just start to make circles with the right knee. That can be a good way, or just stretch out the leg. Let's do our position on the other side. And so the left knee comes towards the left wrist if you're doing this on your front. Just walk that right leg back. If you need a prop for balance under the hip, gather that. And then just start to surrender down, come close to the ground, connect to the ground, and breathe into the hips. Send your awareness into the hips as you breathe deeply. Maybe you have an intention, a positive affirmation or something that would help to find softness. Sometimes when we just, think positive thoughts, our vibration lifts, and we can heal just by sending our attention to parts of the body that might need a little bit of extra love. And the hips tend to be a common culprit for that. I allow sweetness, pleasure, and sensuality into my life. Let's take another 5 breaths to really soften here. And to come out, we're just going to be really, really slow and steady. Release that bent knee, stretch it out any which way. And now let's come and take our essential oil one more time. I've got my wild orange here. Let's give ourselves another little moment with the oil. Taking a deep breath in through the nose. What I like to do, in the classroom is offer massage here. So you might like to just offer your forehead a little bit of a rub. Rub on the temples, back of the neck, shoulders, and any other part of the body. And so now let's come to get really comfortable. Grab your blanket if you'd like. I've got 2 blankets here because blankets are good for sort of creating exactly the right height you want. And so I'm going to sort of have it on a low level so that my neck stays aligned with my spine. Get nice and comfy, cover up your body. And let's just shift the body a little bit until you feel comfortable. Letting your hips settle, your shoulders hug toward the spine slightly. Let the back of your head get nice and steady in the ground. And feel your head and your spine and your pelvis aligned. Your arms out by your side. Backs of the hands on the ground. The fingers softly curling upward. Your legs can be splaying outwards. Feet tipping out ever so slightly so there's no holding in the legs. Bring a relaxation or a relaxed sort of wave across your forehead, softening any tension lines. The temples relax. Let your cheeks relax. Your ears. Your mouth. Your tongue. Take a gulp if you've got any tension in the throat. And just let that sort of move down to be digested. Find a softness in your heart. And a softness in your whole body. Let your whole body surrender toward the ground, deeper and deeper, more relaxed. So you can enjoy this rest that you so deeply deserve. Another breath to flow fluidly. And softly. You may like to stay in Shavasana a little bit longer. If you are ready to complete your practice, just start to invite deeper breaths back into the body. And with that breath, that life force energy flowing through you, send some of that down to your fingers, your toes. Give them a little wiggle. Start to roll around your ankle joints and wrist joints. And then just gradually make the movements larger until you're ready to have a really big full body stretch. Reaching your fingertips away from your toe tips. And then let's grab the knees or the legs. Bring the knees to the chest, wrap your arms around the shins and just sway like water from side to side. And then we'll make our way into the fetal position once more on the right side. Doesn't really matter which side. Bring your knees in, feel nice and cozy, go back to the womb. Feel the softness and the support as we flow together here through change. And then let's guide the body up. Come to sit comfortably in your seat. You may like to take that mudra hand gesture. And just with your eyes closed, just take a moment here in the wisdom of your energy, the sacral chakra energy. Feel the glow. Feel the breath illuminating brightly. All around your body, outside your skin. Maybe send some of that warmth to your neighbor or your loved one, your friends, anyone that you relate to, connect to, and maybe that strangers that you don't know. And just take a moment with your hands at your heart center. You can even bring in a memory or an image of something, someone, an animal that brings you joy. Bring a lightness to the edges of your mouth, softness to your brow. And just feel that vibration of joy in the heart, happiness, gratitude. Thank you for this time together. Let's spread the joy. Namaste.